The world is a busy place. At work and at home, we are constantly surrounded by people, colleagues, family members, and friends. But despite our tendency to fill our lives with people and activities, some of the most rewarding experiences come from spending time alone, whether it's meditating, taking a quiet walk, or simply sitting in silence. In this article we will explore the benefits of solitude, why you should practice it yourself and how you can do so even when you're surrounded by people. We'll also cover what happens when we don't have time for solitude, hint, it's not good, as well as practical ways to incorporate more solitude in your life without making drastic changes like quitting your job or moving out of town. So grab some tea, or coffee, and read on. Solitude allows you to regain your sensitivity to your heart and life and allows you to see the beauty of the world around you again. Solitude is the ability to be alone with yourself. It's a time when you can regain your sensitivity to your heart and life, and allows you to see the beauty of the world around you again. Solitude helps you reconnect with source energy, regain perspective on yourself and life, find purpose in what you do for others, and experience deeper levels of love within yourself and for others. Solitude can be intimidating but can also be an opportunity to know yourself deeply and connect with the ground of being, source energy. Solitude can be intimidating but can also be an opportunity to know your deepest heart and connect with your source. It is important to remember that solitude is not a state in which you are alone, but rather a state of being aware of yourself and your surroundings simultaneously. Solitude allows us to be with ourselves, to attend to and understand our thoughts and the field these arise out of, and to be with our mind emotions with compassion. Knowing who we are by spending time alone gives us clarity about what we want for ourselves and the world and how we want to show up in relationship. Solitude gives us a daily opportunity to reconnect with clarity in our lives. It helps us move past distractions so that we can focus on what matters most in life, love, life, and making a difference. Solitude is essential in order for a man to gauge how he is moving towards his true self, the keystone in the process of self-actualization. The process of self-actualization is an ongoing, lifelong journey that starts by looking within. This involves finding and following your authentic voice and doing what you love to do. It also requires a level of courage, fortitude and conviction in order for you to be able to follow the path that feels right for you while moving towards your true self. The only way this can happen is if you have time alone so that you can assess where you stand right now and where you want to go in life. This means having some quiet time every day where there are no distractions or interruptions so that you can truly listen inside yourself while looking at the world around with fresh eyes and an open mind. Be aware of your resistances and fears. As you begin to practice solitude, be aware of your resistances and fears. You may find that the mind resists being alone. It may fear not having a purpose or managing itself well in its own company. It may fear not being enough on its own merits and needs validation from other people to feel affirmed. This is an especially common issue for people who have been raised in families where they were taught to be good and nice at all times. In these cases, it's important to recognize that our minds are often more comfortable with external validation than self-reflection because our internal voices are often harsh or critical. In order to counter these types of resistance and fears as we learn how to enjoy solitude, we can make a conscious effort to remind ourselves that spending time alone gives us an opportunity for self-reflection, a chance for us to understand ourselves better so we can grow as individuals instead of remaining static beings who never change over time. How to begin your own journey toward solitude. Start small. You don't need a weekend trip or a retreat to the woods to reap the benefits of solitude, more on this later. It can be as simple as taking some time for yourself in your own home, or even just sitting quietly for several minutes in the morning with an open mind and heart and no agenda. You'll know when you've truly been present to yourself if you feel refreshed and renewed after the practice, rather than drained or anxious. Ask yourself, did my body feel lighter? Did my mind calm down? Was I able to let go of distracting thoughts? If so, then congratulations. You've made progress toward experiencing more moments like these in your life on an ongoing basis. Self-compassion is everything when it comes to getting comfortable being alone with ourselves, and that includes being gentle with yourself as well as others around us who may not understand why we're going out into nature every day instead of socializing with them at parties. You know who they are. We can't expect our friends and family members who depend on us to understand why suddenly it's important for us to be alone, so no matter how long it takes before someone else understands why being alone isn't bad anymore, or ever, there will always be plenty other people around us who do get where we're coming from. And those relationships matter just as much too. Solitude is a powerful tool that can help you get to know yourself, live in the present moment, and find a deeper meaning in your life. It can also be scary because it requires us to face our fears, frustrations, and challenges and to expose ourselves to what we think will hurt us, like being alone. But if we take the time to do so, we'll discover that solitude is actually something that gives us strength rather than weakness. It allows us to connect with ourselves on an intimate level, which is essential for living a meaningful life.